when Sri Ramakrishna says that he who was Rama, he who was Krishna, is in this body, in this life, in this body, Ramakrishna. But not from your Vedantic perspective. So what is your Vedantic perspective? One existence, consciousness, bliss is there. And that manifests as everything. What about sentient beings? Yes, you are a manifestation of that. You are that absolute reality. What about this world? This world is that absolute reality actually, when it's truly known for what it is. It's not a world, it is Brahman. Brahman alone appears as this world. And what about God? God is also that same existence, consciousness, bliss. That's also there. Then the incarnation of God is the same existence, consciousness, bliss which you are. Now that erases the difference between you and an incarnation of God. But only at the absolute level, of course. Sri Ramakrishna says, don't take it in that spirit. Take it in the spirit in which devotees take it. Say a Vaishnava, a devotee of Vishnu, will take Rama and Krishna and presumably Chaitanya, Ramakrishna as incarnations of Vishnu, of incarnations of God. Not like us. Swami Vivekananda says, what's an avatar? He says, nature has two kinds of creation. One, the universe and us. All of us. All of this is the creation of nature. And two, a special creation called the incarnation of God. And he gives the example, like Rama or Krishna or Jesus, he says. So that much of a distinction he makes. All of us, everything, from the vastest galaxy, quasars and all, down to the tiniest, superstrings or whatever, we're all on one side, all living beings, all of us, we are all on one side, and the incarnation of God is on the other side. They're completely different, distinct from us. So that distinction is pointing towards, I am not like the rest of you. I'm an incarnation of God in reality. So that Advaita Vedanta would say to that also. If you say, what would Advaita say to that? Fine, have it your way. But you are Brahman, isn't it? Yes. And the rishis, when Ramachandra with Sita goes to the exile in the forest, the first rishis, the ashram he comes to, the rishis are in meditation, the sages are in meditation, and they open their eyes and look at Ramachandra and they know who he is. And the reaction is, so what? The reaction is, they just say, to us we know who you are, but to us you are the son of Dasharatha, the king of Ayodhya. And Ramchandra smiles and says, so be it, it's all right. Totapuri, non-dualist, after some time there's a very peculiar dialogue. He says to Sri Ramakrishna, I see now who you are, let me go. And Sri Ramakrishna says, no, I will not let you go. Until your mission coming here, until full Advaitic knowledge is attained, I will not let you go. So what is it that Totapuri sees suddenly? He saw a perfect disciple and he said, do you want to learn Advaita? And he says, let me go and ask my mother. You know the story, Sri Ramakrishna goes to the Kali temple and then comes back. Totapuri thought that he had gone to ask his own natural biological mother. Then he teaches him Advaita. As time goes by, Totapuri finds he cannot leave the place. He used to stay only 3 nights in every place. Then he begins to see that this is not just a great disciple, a wonderful, perfect disciple, who would get non-dual knowledge, and he did get non-dual knowledge. Then he begins to see who this is. What is it that he sees? Nothing is mentioned, nothing is explained. I think he sees Sri Ramakrishna as an avatar, one of those rare instances in history that Totapuri sees, oh, I've stumbled on this one. And his reaction is not devotion. He says, please let me go. And Sri Ramakrishna says, no. And until full Advaitic knowledge is attained. Now, whose full Advaitic knowledge? Who knows? Maybe it says that until you have transmitted all knowledge of Advaita to me, because that's why you have come here. Or it could be the other way around. The full-fledged Advaitic knowledge which you lack yet, that will be accomplished. The 2 things were accomplished here. Whenever all these masters came, the Ramayat Sadhu, the Rama tradition today is Ram Navami, who came with the baby Rama. Then Ram Lala. Then Bhairavi, who came with a vast knowledge of the Tantras to Sri Ramakrishna. And then Totapuri, who comes with this Advaita Vedanta, classical Advaitic Vedanta knowledge. So all of these streams of spiritual practice, which were there existing in and around that milieu in Sri Ramakrishna. They flowed through him and got re-verified, stamped with the fact that it works. In this day and age also, these are not old theories. You can become enlightened. He demonstrates to the highest possible extent in each one of them. He gives a tick mark. So the traditions are again regenerated. They are ancient traditions. So he's called Sthapakaya cha dharmasya, establisher of dharma. What do you mean establisher of dharma? Dharma is already there. Established in the sense that he injects new life and light into them. But the opposite is also true. Those who came to him, they were also fulfilled. They had something left, something they got from him, and then they went away. So this is the idea. If you can, there might be a tendency to dismiss the avatara idea from the classical Advaitic perspective. An avatar is fine with it. But then, for a vast majority of people, the avatar is is a gateway to enlightenment. Even for non-dualists. I have known of non-dualists who have got non-dual knowledge by meditating on Sri Ramakrishna. They were not trying to get non-dual knowledge. They are meditating on Ishta Devata and doing japa. And what realization did they get? The oneness of all existence, and I am that. So it's a powerful gateway to whatever kind of enlightenment, whatever your path of spiritual practice. Christians and Muslims have attained to enlightenment through the avatar. And enlightenment according to their own path. Fulfillment according to their own path. So this would be lost if you dismiss the idea of avatar by saying, I'm also an avatar. I'm a manifestation of Brahman after all. Everybody is an avatar. Cats and dogs are avatars also. So then you would lose the speciality of the avatar. Thank you so much.